men are not all created evenly. This is especially true of how they behave around women. Although there are some general similarities, males of all types can interact with women in a number of ways. One type of man who seems to be particularly attractive to women is the Sigma male. The men known as Sigma who live outside of the traditional social hierarchy. Despite the fact that they might not fit within typical gender stereotypes. They are the nonconformists, balloon wolves, and rebels who have a talent for making ladies go bonkers in all the right ways. Despite the fact that there are many ways to drive women crazy, males often go outside the box, which frequently results in surprising and fascinating deeds. Here are 12 ways to do it with Sigma, one of which doesn't call for her. Sigma males rewrite the screenplay when alpha and beta guys stick to it, which not only makes them more fascinating but also more difficult. While many women are accustomed to having men pander to them and provide them the information they desire, male Sigmas don't seek her acclaim or acceptance. They are not attempting to charm or impress her. What she thinks of them is unimportant to them. They don't place her on a pedestal and aren't scared to criticize her Sigmas, which is a refreshing change of pace rather than being nasty or insulting. Women will start to wonder about many topics and start to think about you long after you leave their presence if they notice that you don't care about their approval. They'll want to know what it is and why you're not interested in converting them. This doesn't imply you should start being annoying or nasty, rather, it means you shouldn't make an effort to win her favor. It is vital to be polite around her if she doesn't respect you for who you are. They frequently interact within a way that demonstrates this. It's crucial to understand that Sigmas don't act in this way only to stand out. They would genuinely think in what they are doing. I frequently have a very good excuse for deviating from the plan. 3. They have no issues rejecting her. Sigmas don't feel compelled to follow the rules. They frequently disregard it and follow their own rules. They can take a novel approach to a woman or say something surprising. They do not employ the same old hooks and lines. Sigma men don't have this problem because they are quite comfortable turning down ladies. This doesn't mean that Sigmas are rude, unkind, or don't like women, rather, it just means that they have a very different perspective on women and see them as individuals rather than potential sexual con. They are aware that not every woman who shows interest in them is a potential partner, and they aren't afraid to do so if they don't want to. Beta men may try to be who they believe women want them to be, whereas alpha males may try to present an image of perfection. Sigma men merely displayed their actual selves. They don't try to mate with models or try to fit into stereotypes that don't fit them. Because of their sincerity, male Sigmas are significantly more alluring and captivating. They look at one another quite closely. It may be both disconcerting and enticing when some males maintain her eyes for a little bit longer than most people do. She might get the feeling that he's trying to figure her out or that he's in some manner testing her, but she might also sense that he's engaged in the conversation and interested. Maintaining eye contact with a woman can make her feel both attracted and a little intimidated, despite the fact that it can be a little intimidating at first. It goes without saying that you don't want to stare at her for very long. Because that would just be. The guys of Sigma know when to utilize it. They also know when to back off because they see the benefits of tension building and are skilled at using their eyes to do so. 6th, they rarely congratulate her. Direct eye contact is a potent strategy, but it should only be employed occasionally. A compliment is sometimes appropriate, but Sigmas want their compliments to have weight. They want to earn them. This shows that you are not the type of man to merely praise others for no reason, since your compliments will mean more. Sigma men are not the kind of men who usually offer compliments. In fact, they frequently steer clear of them entirely. Despite the fact that most women are accustomed to receiving compliments on a regular basis, they frequently don't take them seriously since they are aware that most guys are merely flirting with them and they are able to recognize this. Sigma males, on the other hand, have a very different perspective on women than the majority of other males, hence they are much more careful with their compliments. A woman may receive more praises from a Sigma male since they are more interested in the acts that reveal a person's character than they are in how they look. For a woman who is accustomed to receiving compliments on how beautiful she is all the time, this can be a welcome change. They adopt a lax statute because it shows that you are interested in more than just her appearance. Sigmas are known for having a carefree attitude. They are not too serious about themselves. Also, try not to get worked up about little matters because doing so can irritate people who are constantly trying to catch their attention or get them to do something. For single men, this may be rather liberating, but for women who are used to a more traditional way of thinking, it can be very confusing because single men tend to live in the moment and focus on what's important to them. They don't let the opinions or expectations of other people dictate how they act. The Sigma might be difficult to deal with since, at first glance, it might seem like they don't give a damn. But in actuality, they genuinely care about the things that are important to them. Many women perceive Sigma's relaxed demeanor for a sign of apathy or even disinterest while, in reality, Sigmas are acutely aware of their surroundings. Even when they seem unfocused and calm, their logic and reasoning are constantly at work. Male singles are typically quite independent and independent-minded. Because you are not a sheep, they choose to follow their own interests and march to the beat of their own drum rather than obeying social norms or fitting in. You are a unique individual with unique ideas and viewpoints. And women may find this to be incredibly appealing. Independence has both positive and negative aspects. On the one hand, it shows that you aren't afraid to stand out from the herd and aren't going to fit in simply because it's more convenient. On the other hand, it could sound repetitive or uninteresting. The need to strike a balance between independence and interest cannot be overstated. When it comes to fashion, you don't want to come across as disinterested or overly dependent because this is unrelated to their leave. Instead of giving in to the urge to fit in and the herd mentality, they would rather to dress in a way that is comfortable for them and expresses their individual identities. While dressing nicely and taking pride in your appearance are vital, you shouldn't overdo it. Simply wear anything you find appealing and comfortable to strike a balance between being bold enough to do your own thing and demonstrating that you care about her and what she has to say. 9. They are trouble-free. Escaping a dangerous situation. Sigma men are incredibly independent and don't mind leaving a toxic environment. They are self-aware and won't accept anything less. Being alone is preferable to being with someone who doesn't value them. They are not the type of individuals that continue in a partnership or circumstance just because it is handy or simple. Women could have a hard time swallowing this medication. The best thing you can do on occasion is to walk away. Because they don't hold back when expressing their ideas or asking thought-provoking questions, Sigma guys have a talent for jolting women from their own seclusion. Many women are accustomed to having males simply concur with all they say and do. The fact that they aren't scared to test the limits or challenge Sigma makes them appreciate her. They take pleasure in pushing someone to their boundaries and discovering their potential. This does not imply that you ought to be rude or disrespectful, but rather that you ought to be accepting and unprejudiced. 11. They have no problem inciting fraud. While other men might avoid these topics out of fear of a conflict, Sigmas see them as opportunities to connect with someone on a deeper level. This makes Sigma guys more interesting and engaging. Because of their openness to discussing forbidden topics, Sigma men are less likely to be misunderstood by outsiders. Discussing controversial topics also shows that you are smart and well-informed, which is something that many women find to be quite attractive in a man. Men who stick to the same topics and never venture outside of their comfort zones typically bore women. Because they are open-minded and willing to consider opposing viewpoints, Sigma males are not frequently extremely alluring or exciting. These qualities include flexibility and adaptability. What many women seek in a man. They are always eager to learn new things and can easily hold their own in a discussion. She is on the edge of her seat as a result of their enigma. In this age of mystery, women can find Sigma males to be particularly seductive because they are frequently cryptic and secretive. They are left in suspense and wondering what is happening. It's the kind of thing that might give a lady anxiety as well as excitement. They cherish their privacy and don't want to share everything. This is especially true with Sigma males because they tend to hold back on sharing too much about themselves for fear that others won't understand them. While it's vital to be mysterious, Sigma's enigmatic nature may also make them immensely fascinating to women because it allows them the option to use their imagination and hypothesize about what kind of guy he is and what his life is like. Additionally, you don't want to appear too enigmatic because she can become annoyed if she can't figure you out. Being mysterious doesn't have to mean being aloof or unapproachable, there needs to be a balance between that and being transparent. You don't have to immediately divulge every detail of your life to be pleasant and approachable. Let her know, please. You are more complex than first appears.
Give this video a thumbs up if you enjoyed it. And do share with your friends so we may continue to create them. To see more videos like this, subscribe and don't forget to turn on the notification bell. Additionally, make sure to check out our other videos. Thank you for watching.